Hi everyone, and thank you for joining me for this yoga practice on my YouTube channel today. This is a beginner yoga practice, so for those of you that are jumping back into a yoga practice or maybe needing to move just a little bit slower, this is going to be a great class for you. So whether you have a mat or not, go ahead and lay it out. And we're going to start our practice today seated on our bottoms. So as we sit down together, I invite you guys to cross your legs. We call this easy pose known as Tsukasana. And this is a great pose to start our practice in because it helps us kind of find the root, the grounding of our tailbone, and then the lengthening of our spine. And I want you to think about that in your yoga practice. Your tailbone, the lowest part of our spine, then we move up into lumbar spine, then thoracic, which is the middle of the back, all the way up into cervical, behind the back of the head, neck, and shoulders. So we're taking the tailbone and we're stacking it, and then you're feeling the lift of your core, the opening of your heart as your shoulders hug in and back, and a softness of your knees falling to the sides as you sit here cross-legged with me. Now, for those of you that can't sit cross-legged, I'll offer you other options as we move today. And if you're having a lot of trouble sitting on the ground altogether, remember you can always sit on a pillow, a block, a bolster, or just fold up a nice blanket and sit on top of it. That prop will give you an opportunity to shift your hips forward and make sitting more comfortable. I do have a video on here all about finding a comfortable seat and teaching you how to do that, so feel free to check that out when you have time. Welcome to your beginner yoga practice. Bring your hands to your heart with me. Close your eyes. Feel the energy around us and the opportunity to move and practice together today. And hopefully a chance for your body to realize how a yoga practice can be so beneficial to helping your body feel good, relaxed, as well as the mindset that the yoga practice brings us paired with our breath. Take a full inhale in through your nose. Exhale, let the air out of your nose. Good. Inhale into your nose. And exhale out of your nose. Relax your jaw. Inhale into your nose. We call this Ujjayi Pranayama, known as an ocean breath. Exhale out. One more time. You're sitting still. You're quiet. This is one of the hardest parts. Full breath in. And then exhale. Let it go. Release your hands by your sides. Let your heart reach forward and open your eyes with me. Take your time. Inhale, raise your arms up to the sky, and then exhale, bring your hands right back down by your sides. Now let the arms cross, and then inhale, reach back up. This time, bring them right back down to the heart. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Open your arms wide. Exhale, take a moment and rest here. Transition to your hands and knees, tabletop. So you're going to shift with me onto your hands and knees. You'll notice I'm just wearing some cozy clothes. When you practice yoga, you can wear whatever you'd like. Tops of your feet down. Inhale, start to lift your chest. We call this cow. So we stick out the butt, we drop the belly, and we open our heart. Exhale, tuck your chin, round your back, create space in your upper back and shoulders. Good. Inhale, we bring the spine up. Here's your cow. And now we tuck the chin. Exhale, cat. Good. You're going to take your right leg straight back behind you. Ground through the ball of your foot. So it's the front of the foot. Push through your heel. Take a nice stretch here as you start to feel an opening in the bottom of the foot as well as the heel, calf muscle, and ankle. On your next breath, release and switch. Slide the left leg back for me, please. Press through the heel, pushing through the base of the foot, starting to create a little bit more room. Noticing side to side, do you have a foot that's tighter, calf, ankle? Exhale, release. Beautiful. On your next breath then, I want you to bring your hands up to your hips so your spine comes to this nice upright position. And then simply step one foot forward and then the other, which brings us to standing. There's more creative transitions as we move through our yoga practice, but for now, we'll stick there. Take your arms all the way up to the sky. And then bring them back down to the heart like we did when we were seated. Raise your left knee up off the ground. Try to stand just on your right foot. Exhale, lower your left foot. Inhale, raise your right knee up off the ground. Try to just stand on your left foot. You can always use a wall if you need to for balance. And then lower. Good. Let's do that on the other side again. Raise your left knee up. Option 1, keep the ball of the foot on the ground. Option 2, raise your knee higher. See if you can find balance. Gaze straight ahead. And if this is easy, maybe try to close your eyes. 3. Building strength in your standing leg ankle, finding stability. 2. Exhale, release and switch. Bring your right knee up. Hold. Remember to use the ball of the foot if needed. 3. Pull the belly up and in. 2. Again, use a wall to your right, left, or in front of you. Exhale, release your feet. Good. Place your hands on your hips. Step wide on your yoga mat so you have this nice wide base. So now we call this the long edge of the yoga mat. Short edge would be the top or back of our mat. I want you to very carefully widen your feet, so you're going to move them apart. From there, keep your hands on your hips. Bend one knee, press your hips way to one side. Opposing leg starts to straighten. Push through that leg, and then exhale, bend the other knee as we straighten the opposing standing leg. Again, bend and straighten. Push through, bend and straighten, get low, push those hips out. Good, come all the way back up, and then one more time, bend and straighten. Again, maybe you're really, really sore today, so you're approaching this very beginner practice, other side, with just an opportunity to stretch and move your body very gently. Or maybe you are brand new to yoga, so just the idea of moving the body and learning the terminology is part of your day and part of this practice. Press back to center. Good. Now we call this 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. So turn your toes out. It's called external rotation of the hips. Place your hands on your thighs, the top of the legs, known as your quads. Press your knees open. And then give me a little side to side. Move your hips, known as goddess pose. 3. Good. You might be building a little bit of heat, and if you feel good, maybe bring the hands to the heart. 2. Keep your core tight. And then 1. Push. Straighten your legs. Good. Take your arms all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands down by your sides. Good. We're going to pivot our right foot to the front of the mat, which is going to put you on the ball of your back foot. High lunge. 3. Hands are on your hips. 2. And then inhale, maybe take your arms up. Big inhale. This is what we call a back bend. You bring your chest up. Good. Exhale, bring your hands back to your hips. Straighten your right leg. Bend your right knee. Good. Straighten your right leg. You're on the ball of your back foot. Bend your right knee. So what I encourage you to do here as we straighten, as we bend, is to find a place where your knee is not going past your ankle, but it's lining up with it. We don't want that knee to go too far forward. Good. One more time. Straighten. Pivot your back on your wide side of your mat. Good. Turn your left foot all the way around. So you're on the ball of your right foot, which now puts you, guess what? In a high lunge on the other side. So we pretty much just transitioned from left to right. Keep your hands here on your hips, or for one big breath in, we take our arms up. Good. Pull your hands down to your heart. Bring them back to your hips. And then we straighten. And we bend. And we straighten. And we bend. And we straighten. And we bend. Good. Inhale, straighten the legs. Pivot, pivot, pivot. Good. Exhale into your first forward fold, a wide-legged forward fold. So for those of you that are very tight, maybe you take your hands against a wall. So if I had an imaginary wall in front of me, I'd push into it and stick my bottom out. For those of you that have a little bit more room, we're going to go ahead and exhale, bring our bodies all the way down towards the ground, placing your hands on the ground. Now, a lot of us do not have props at home, so if it's hard to touch the ground, that's okay. And if you can get there, get there.
Maybe exhale, tuck your chin, let your head hang. 3. Keep lifting up through your butt. Keep stretching your hamstrings. 2. Those are the backs of your legs. 1 more full breath in. And then your job is to soften your knees. Bone by bone, we stand up together. Please take your time. Good. And then exhale, bring those feet back together. And then shake them out, one and then the other. Good job. All right, we're going to take our arms into the air on our inhale. Full breath in. Exhale, full breath out. Let your hands come down and bring them to heart center. Now again, we're going to stand on our left foot. Bring your right knee up to your chest. See if you can hold it. If not, maybe you stay on the ball of the foot or get closer, use a wall. 3. Single leg work again. That standing leg is starting to fire. 2. Good. Can you externally rotate your hip? 1, turn your knee out. Option 1, ball of foot down. Option 2, knee stays up, hip turns open. Hold. 3. Hands on hips if you prefer. 2. Exhale, rotate the knee forward. Bring your foot down if it's not already down. Side 2, inhale, raise your left knee high. Stand firmly on your right leg, please. Option to stay low. Option to bring the knee a little bit higher. 3. 2, external rotation of the hip. 1, turn the knee out. Good. Start to feel the opening in your inner thigh. 3. Good. Little bit of work. 2. Bring the knee back to center and lower. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see my heels. What I want you to do is come up onto the balls of your feet, lower, come up and lower. So you're just kind of practicing the mobility in the feet, seeing if you can push up and down without any pain or tension. For me, I tend to roll out when I press up onto the balls of my feet, so I'm trying to work to drive my feet down as my heels come up off the earth. Good. You're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. From there, step forward to the front of your yoga mat. Raise your arms all the way up. It's called a standing back bend when we reach straight up, and I want you to lean back, open up your heart. Bring your hands down through heart center as you bend your knees. We call this a standing forward fold, hands to the ground. Maybe you stop here, just put your hands on your thighs, especially if you're having back pain or tension. If you have your props, you can put your hands on your blocks. Otherwise, do what's best for you and just relax. We're going to make our way to seated. So options here. I invite you to drop one knee and then the other knee. And that's going to bring you to tabletop. From there, you're going to press your hips back to your heels, which is going to bring you to your child's pose. Breathe quietly. Forehead down if you can. If it's not touching, maybe put a pillow underneath your head. One more breath. And then exhale very slowly. Bring the torso forward. And then you're going to sit to one side, doesn't matter which side, so that you're back on your bottom where we started. And you're going to let your legs move out in front of you. Once you do that, you're going to let your spine come down onto the ground. And you're going to lay on your back. Now that might have been your first time practicing yoga or stretching, maybe in a while, or for the first time, like I was saying. So I invite you to notice kind of how your body feels with just a little dose of yoga in your day. Please pull your knees to your chest. Give yourself a giant hug and rock a little bit side to side. So massage your low back. Let it feel relaxed. Good. One more time. Full breath in here. Full breath out. And then I invite you to bend your knees, plant your feet on your yoga mat, but open your feet as wide as your mat. So widen your feet so your pinky toes are on the long edge of your mat. Now drop your knees to the right. Take a big breath into your belly. Inhale, fill it up. Exhale, let it go. Good. Bring your knees through center. Exhale, let them drop to the other side for me, nice and slow. Inhale, breathe into your belly. Exhale, let it go. Good. Bring your body back to center one more time. And then very carefully, again, we're not digging too deep into the body today, too deep into the practice, but just enough to feel good. Extend one leg out and then the other, and just start to feel the body lay flat. Let your arms lay by your sides, palms face up if that feels comfortable, and just close your eyes. Acknowledge the start of a yoga practice, maybe the pleasure you found in some of the movements and the challenges. Maybe something you're excited to learn and practice on your own. I invite you to find joy while you do this. I have a passion for this form of movement, and I hope that your body learns to love it. Take a big inhale in as you lay down here. And a big exhale out. This is Shavasana. This is a place of rest. On your next inhale, let your head go from side to side. The more and more you practice yoga, the more you'll learn to love your Shavasana. Exhale very slowly, bring your feet in one and then the other. Now bring your knees all the way in. And curl to your side to come up, or give yourself a tiny little rock to join me back in seated where we first started our practice. Long spine. Bring your hands to your heart. For those of you that are brand new to the yoga practice, welcome. Welcome to a journey for your mind and your body and your spirit, and however much of your soul you'd like to pour into your yoga mat. And that part can be as little or as much as you want. Allow this practice to be purely physical if that's what you need, or let it be more if that's what you need. For those of you that continue to come back to your mat, and maybe this is just a sweet refresher, a chance to move and not move too much, welcome. Have a wonderful rest of your day, whatever is ahead of you. You'll do it well. Let's bow forward together. Namaste. Thank you for practicing, and if you ever have questions about any of the movement, feel free to comment. Thanks, guys.